kind of want to know, or what's the background of this guy that I'm listening to? Like, who is he outside of what they've heard so far? Like, if I'm going to click on podcast number 2, right, which will happen, fucking right, right? Like, who is...
Like, you want like
a
60-second summarized life?
Who the fuck are you, bro?
My 60-second summarized life.
Yes.
So...
You know what? I'm going to start.
Okay.
I was born and raised in the Philippines. I came here to Calgary, Alberta, 2009, and I met my beautiful wife working at the airport. And now, all of a sudden, I'm here for the last close to 10 years now. And I've been in the health and fitness industry for 6 years. Just a little over 6 years, and I enjoy it, and I think it changed my life, the way I live, and the way I provide for my family. That's why originally I thought I wanted a health and fitness podcast, because it has affected me a lot. It changed me a lot. I used to smoke and drink. My heaviest weight that I was 235 pounds, and right now I'm a sexy 180 pounder.
Sexy.
Fucking sexy.
So yeah, I still think when we say health and fitness changed you, there's so much other things that like changed you and affected you. And Eljay has
I just
more.
thought I'd give it. Instead of them looking at my pecs and my triceps and biceps to like have an idea.
So Eljay has more to offer than just health and fitness to change people's lives. Like your personality, you're a big personality.
No,
you have a lot of confidence.
You say that, but
yeah, well, you're a weak personality.
I know.
Baby back bitch. No, so you have a big personality, you have a lot of confidence, and that spools out, like, I believe people affect each other without even realizing it. You probably have so many people who look up to you, who wish they could be you, or wish they had your attributes, and you don't even know it. These are people that just, like, are in the shadows looking at you. And I think everybody has those on different levels. People put, like, people on pedestals. So when people look at you, your confidence, your energy, your smile, your, like, the way you act and the way you treat people affects more than you would know. And it's not just because you exercise. It's not just because you help other people exercise. It's not just because you inspire others to exercise. Eljay himself, like everything that makes Eljay, changes people. So for me, like my side, like my son.
Thanks, bro. That made me feel good.
I was born in the...
Turn me up a little bit.
I was born in Calgary. When I was a kid, I used to get bullied a lot. So my confidence was really low from being very small, very skinny. I always wanted to be an actor, though. I was like really wild and out there. Jim Carrey was like my inspiration. I used to watch Jim Carrey movies, and just he was so like wild and like out there. And I used to be like that way as a kid, and then kind of as I started to go like into junior high, into high school, and continuously getting bullied, me putting myself out there and opening up to everybody actually started to dwindle, because I just kind of felt like I was getting beaten down a lot, right? So I trained martial arts like Shotokan and boxing and stuff to fight back the bullies that were bothering me, thinking that would make me feel more confident, but it didn't. I could fight back, but like it didn't like make me feel better on who I was on the inside. I actually got this job because I told myself I couldn't do it. I didn't have the confidence to be in the health and fitness industry, even doing things that I've done in my life now, from like making YouTube pages, like making a bunch of YouTube videos, to even attempting a podcast like this. There's a deep part of me that says, like, confidence wise, like, why even try? Why bother? I don't think I could do this type of deal. But then there's another side of me that's just like, I'm just gonna do it, like F it, and throw myself in full force.
Confidence. That's a big topic. I feel
it's a big topic, but a lot of it, like I talked to probably 2 people in the past 48 hours about confidence and an external source, because in our industry we deal with so many people who want to lose weight, build muscle, get a six-pack, and I've had a six-pack my entire life. I'm 30 years old. I still have a six-pack, and it is not the answer to like self-confidence, loving yourself.
I don't right now, by the way, but it will change.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so many people get caught up in this external BS, being like, if I get a 6-pack, I'm going to be more confident, and it's not really the case. Like, maybe it helps a bit, but it's not like the piece.
It's like some guys, I'm going to buy a really nice car, and then, you know what, maybe I'll feel better about myself.
If I get a really sexy car, I'll get a really sexy girlfriend. Or if I have $1 million, I'll be happy. But there's so many millionaires who are doing cocaine and drugs and getting divorced and having kids that they don't know about. And they're just living these crazy lifestyles because they're so depressed and they're so out of it. Like, they're not in touch with the things that I think makes a fully functioning, capable, balanced human.
Or I think what we're trying to say here is there's a lot of people out there that just has the wrong focus, or they don't know.
It's not taking care of themselves. Somebody told me there's a difference between health and fitness. There are 2 different categories. Fitness right now, not the definition, but how people perceive fitness is shredded, bodybuilder, aesthetics. No. People do not identify fitness as like capability. And health isn't like, health is like, I guess, how you live your life. Like, what do you do? Like, health is like how you feel, how you take care of yourself. But health isn't being able to clean 225 pounds. Health is like, I can walk up the stairs properly, I can get to my car, I can walk my dog, I can cook my food. It's like bare minimum standards of like being able to move and enjoy life. Is health. So that's a lot, but that's why I don't want this podcast to just be health and fitness focused, because I feel like there's so much more we could talk about, whether we're discussing business and sales, we could talk about confidence and self-love, we could talk about health and fitness, we could talk about a movie.
Do you feel like you're confident now?
I feel like that's a great question, and it's a hard one for me to answer sometimes, but for the most part, I would say yes and no. And it wavers depending on the day, depending on how I feel, which is upsetting, but it's just the truth.
Well, it is.
Sometimes,
it is what it is right now.
And it depends on where I'm at and what I'm doing. If we were gonna do an obstacle course, we're gonna go to like Ingenation where there's like an obstacle course. Would I have confidence in like destroying that obstacle course? I'd be like, fuck, I will destroy you, Eljay. I'll smoke you. But like, doing a podcast, making YouTube videos, like right now,
something you're not used to, I guess.
So I talked to my client Avneet yesterday about posting on Instagram about the email blast that we send out to our clients. Still haven't done that. It's been on my mind like fucking 10 times.
I know. I went to your Instagram story. I'm like, did he post anything?
It's 10.
Because I told you when I first did my email blast, I'm like, the next step is
social media, and I'm comfortable talking to the camera, but where I'm not comfortable is it just being like fully letting myself out there.
Yeah. You'll have critics.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People, not everyone will like what you put out there.
Deep down, I know that like that doesn't matter, but then there's also a part of me that still cares. It still gets affected and tweaked a little bit. So like my confidence, like, it kind of depends on, like, I don't know if you can say confidence is just like one thing. It's just you're either confident or you're not.
I think this is a topic that we can tackle again, whether on the second podcast, third, fourth, whatever. But I think it is worthy of
that being said. I would say. So one of my questions for you, I would say that you're confident. If somebody asks, is Eljay confident with everything in life? I'd be like, yeah, Eljay is confident in everything in life. But on that flip side, if you ask me that question about myself, I would probably say no. But if you ask some people who know me, they might say yes. And I don't know if that's just because of a shadow or a mask or just perception, because it's different, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like my confidence, from what I remember, always stems out from me being raised by my dad, my mom, and my grandpa. That they're like, hey, try this. If you fail, that's okay.
Yeah.
You can try again later, or we can try something else. but you always have, it doesn't matter if it's a big decision or a small decision, it's always like you have something to fall back on. Your foundation, your family, your faith, everything, your foundation is solid. You can branch out to whatever you want, and if you fall back, it's always a solid freaking foundation for you that you can get up to and try again. I feel like that's why I just want to try things. I want to be good at things, and then
That's interesting though, because I would say my foundation of like family, faith, all those things is shaky platform. I think my parents tried their damnedest to ensure that platform was solid, and I might have said it was when I was a child. But watching my mom go through really hard times, watching my brother go through really hard times, and watching my dad, like, my dad's a great guy, but he just works so much. I don't know, but like it just feels like that foundation, my fallback doesn't feel as strong. Like if I fail right now, I don't feel like I have that much fallback. So I feel like I have to push on full force. Like failure or fallback or hiccups is not an option. Like I gotta keep going like full force.
which could be a good thing or a bad thing. Again, it could make you give you like that option to have wiser decisions. As for me, I'm like, I'm in debt. I don't have savings. I don't even own a house yet. But it's like just because I'm like, look, right now I'm learning the hard way. Just because I'm so like happy-go-lucky. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. If I fail, I just go back to ground zero. You know.
So for me, I would take confidence out of the picture. If we talk about success, if you're like, Eric, are you successful? I'd say yes. I'm very successful. Not stemming through my confidence, but stemming through pure work ethic. I can turn a switch on where I can work like a dog and just go hard, and I believe that that's a switch that a lot of people lack. I told you this before, I fucking hate it when somebody says like, I'm just like super lazy, man, it's just how I am. I'm like, well, if you admit it to the universe and you just spit it out there saying, I am this way, then yes, you are lazy. But if you say, I feel lazy, but I don't want to be anymore, that's the catalyst of change. So when I say like, I'm not a lazy person, I say to the universe, like, I have powerful work ethic, and that's what's made me successful. Confidence, take it out of it. I don't think you need confidence to be successful per se.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Work ethic, it's another topic. It's another great topic that we can talk about later. But I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, big time. We're gonna get his shit. His wife's gonna kill him, and then maybe.
Yeah, I need to go. Yeah, and it's probably gonna be a 35-minute drive.
We need podcast names.
So if there's anyone, if this goes out, we need a name.
And the only thoughts I had so far was Eljay, Eric, so something that involves two E's. It doesn't have CrossFit in it.
CrossFit is life.